Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. I told you all this month we would be coming from the book of Revelation. Today, let's pick up in, chapter 5, beginning with verse 5. Then one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals." Then I saw a lamb, looking as if it had been slain, standing in the center of the throne. Now, take that and put that with chapter 4, beginning with verse 2. "At once I was in the Spirit, and there before me was a throne in heaven, with someone sitting on it. And the one who sat there had the appearance of jasper and carnelian. A rainbow resembling an emerald encircled the throne." Now, when you and I begin to think of the throne of grace that we come boldly before, this is exactly what we're talking about seeing. The throne of grace is a throne made of pure blue sapphire. And the one sitting on the throne is the color of jasper or carnelian, kind of a really deep blood red. And then surrounding the throne of grace is completely encircling it is a rainbow. Is it any wonder that we call it a throne of grace? And then you get to chapter 5. Now, this is hard for our simple human minds to understand. Here is God, blood dark red, jasper carnelian color, seated on his throne. And in the center of the throne where he is seated, I saw a lamb looking as if it had been slain, standing in the center of the throne. I do not pretend to begin to understand the Trinity, but that has never bothered me because I am intelligent enough to understand that God is infinite. And if I can understand God, then he would not be God and I would not be the human. But God in his infiniteness takes the form that is the color a deep carnelian red. He sits on his throne, surrounded, encircled, if you will, looking at everything through a rainbow, looking at everything through mercy. And at the core of who God is, at the center of the one sitting on the throne, is a lamb that was slain from the foundation of the world. God at his core is the lamb that was slain. Now, please, I know this sounds a little confusing, but in your mind's eye, picture a giant blue throne, sapphire. And a figure of one sitting on that throne is deep red. And then at the very center of the throne that this guy is sitting on, so right in the center of God, is the lamb that was slain. You say, how can the lamb be in the center of the one who's sitting on the throne? Well, let me mess up your mind a little bit more. Paul says that in him we live and move and have our being. The entire universe is inside of God. That's how big your God is. But if you want to understand the throne of grace, I just showed you a simple picture of it. Blue sapphire. God takes the form of a bright color red, carnelian red. And surrounded by a rainbow, encircled by a rainbow, and at the center of who he is the Lamb that was slain. Is it any wonder we call it a throne of grace? At the center of who he is the sacrifice for our sins. Surrounding him is a rainbow reminding him of his mercy. Remember that next time you pray.